Silent divorce, roommates for our child. The iPhone alarm buzzed at 6:30 a.m. On the glowing screen, "Today, Parent-Teacher Conference, 7:30 a.m. at Sunrise Elementary." Emily reached over to silence it, careful not to turn on the light. She didn't want to wake Jason, who still slept upstairs. That's how it had been for the past 8 months. Emily and their daughter, Lily, lived in the renovated basement. Jason stayed on the main floor with the kitchen and his home office. The 2-story house in suburban Virginia was supposed to be a fresh start after they moved out of the city. But it turned out to be a shell, a quiet stage for a marriage that had already cracked at the core. Emily typed a message to Jason on Messenger. "Hey, I'm taking Lily to the conference at 7. Wanna come?" The message was marked "Seen." No reply. As usual. She opened TikTok. A video popped up. A single mom sharing her post-divorce glow-up. Glowing eyes, upbeat music, caption, "Alone, but not lonely. Freedom is the best gift." Emily closed the app. Freedom? She wasn't free. They still lived under the same roof. Lily still didn't know her parents had separated. And every morning she had to tiptoe around just to avoid running into him in the kitchen. At 7 o'clock, Emily and Lily stepped out to the car. Still no message from Jason. The old SUV groaned as it started, the fall air crisp outside. Emily played a podcast about healing after separation, just loud enough so Lily wouldn't notice. Her mind drifted between the host's calm voice and old memories. Exactly a year ago, they had walked into the same classroom hand in hand. Jason held Emily's hand, both smiling wide. The teacher kept saying, "Your family is beautiful, like a picture." Now, all Emily wanted was to get in and out, fast, with no one asking, "Where's Lily's dad today?" After the meeting, Jason finally messaged, "Sorry, slept in. What did the teacher say?" Emily replied with a photo of Lily's report card. Nothing else. Seen. Within 5 seconds. She stared at the word on the screen. No arguments. No tears. Just 2 people living like ghosts in the same house. Sometimes crossing paths, never really touching. Later that afternoon, she got a friend request on Facebook. David Min, family therapist. Curious, she clicked. His reels were filled with gentle advice. No judgment. No cliches. One video autoplayed. "If you're living separated under the same roof for the sake of your kids, you're not alone. Thousands are doing it. They hurt. They endure. But they keep going. Because they love." Emily broke down. For the first time in 8 months. Not because of Jason, but because of herself. She hit accept friend request. Sunlight streamed through the basement window as evening set in. Emily looked up at the ceiling, the one she listened through every night, hearing Jason's footsteps above the living room. So close, yet so far. Lily was coloring a princess page on the floor. "Mommy, where's Daddy?" Emily smiled softly. "Daddy's working, sweetie." The line had become her script. Every day, every night. And she didn't know how much longer she'd have to keep saying it. Every evening, after dinner, Emily would wait until Jason was done in the kitchen before going upstairs to grab a snack. It was an unspoken agreement. one of many invisible rules they had developed over the months. Rule number 1, never be in the same room unless it's about Lily. Rule number 2, keep conversations to a minimum. Rule number 3, pretend like this is normal. One Thursday night, while Lily was painting in the living room, Emily sat scrolling through her phone. Her thumb stopped at a post from her high school friend Jenna, a selfie with her husband on their anniversary trip to Colorado. Captions full of hearts and mountain emojis. Emily stared at the screen, her face blank. She heard Lily's footsteps and quickly locked the phone. "Mommy, look, I made you!" The paper showed a stick-figure woman with long hair, a smiley face, and next to her, a little girl holding a heart. "Where's Daddy?" Emily asked gently. Lily frowned. "He's not in this one." Emily felt a tightness in her chest she couldn't explain. Not sadness, not anger, just tired. Later that night, Jason texted her from upstairs. "Don't forget Lily's dentist appointment tomorrow at 10. She replied. "Got it." No emojis, no warmth, just a cold transaction, like coworkers forced to share a cubicle. That night, she couldn't sleep. She opened her notes app and started typing. How do you know when it's time to let go, even for the child's sake? She didn't post it, just stared at it, then deleted it. Friday came. Emily sat in the waiting room at the dental clinic watching Lily play with the toy kitchen in the corner. A young dad walked in, holding his daughter's hand and laughing. His wife followed, coffee in hand, tousled hair, yoga pants. Casual, real, together. Emily looked away. After the appointment, Jason called. Rare. "Hey, did everything go okay?" "Yeah, no cavities. She did great." "Cool. Can you send me the bill? I'll handle it." "Sure." A pause. "How's she doing? I mean, with us?" Emily hesitated. "She asks sometimes, but I think she knows more than she says." Jason exhaled heavily on the line. "I hate this." "Me too." Silence. "I don't even know who we are anymore," Jason said, voice cracking. Emily's voice was calm. "We're parents. That's what's left." That night, she went to bed without waiting for him to fall asleep first. She lay awake, listening to the house creak, the faint hum of the refrigerator, and the tiny breaths of Lily sleeping beside her. She opened Facebook. Min Dui had posted a new reel. Sometimes, love after separation looks like teamwork, not romance, not passion, just the quiet promise to raise a child with grace. Emily hit share, and for the first time added a caption. "Not what I pictured, but maybe what we need." Saturday morning arrived quietly. The sun peeked through the slits in the blinds as Emily lay still, trying not to wake Lily, whose tiny arm was draped across her waist. There was a softness in that moment, fleeting, fragile, but real. Jason was already downstairs. She could hear the faint clang of dishes, the soft rumble of the coffee maker. No words, no "good morning," just rhythm. Later, as Lily munched on cereal in front of her favorite cartoon, Jason hovered near the kitchen island, sipping his black coffee. Emily walked in, tying her hair up into a messy bun. "I was thinking," Jason began, not looking up, "maybe we could both take Lily to the park today." Emily raised an eyebrow. "Together?" He finally looked at her. "Yeah, I mean, we don't have to talk much, just be there." Emily paused. "Okay." It wasn't a grand gesture. It wasn't flowers or an apology, but it was something. The park was only a few blocks away.
Lily ran ahead, her arms stretched wide like airplane wings. Emily and Jason trailed behind, not quite walking together, but not apart either. "She's getting fast," Jason said. "She's growing up," Emily replied. They reached the swings, and Jason gently pushed Lily while she giggled. Emily stood nearby, arms crossed, watching them both. For a moment, she saw the shadow of what used to be, a family, laughing on a Saturday morning. Then, the wind shifted, and reality returned. After the swings, Lily wanted to feed the ducks. Jason handed her the bag of breadcrumbs, and she ran ahead. "You know," Jason said, "I've been thinking about getting a place nearby. Still separate, but close enough for drop-offs. Easier for her." Emily nodded slowly. "That makes sense. I want to be around, not just on weekends." "I know." They stood in silence again, watching Lily toss crumbs and squeal as ducks waddled toward her. "She loves you," Emily said. "She loves you more," he replied. Emily gave a faint smile. Different kinds of love, maybe. That night, after Lily was tucked in, Jason lingered in the living room. Emily came downstairs, expecting him to be gone. "I made tea," he said, holding out a mug. She hesitated, then took it. "Thanks." They sat on opposite sides of the couch. Not close, not far, just present. "I've been thinking," he said. "Maybe we should write some real rules." Emily raised an eyebrow. "Not like marriage rules, just rules for this, for co-parenting, for not making it weird for Lily." She sipped the tea. It was chamomile, her favorite. "Like what?" "Like, every Saturday we do something together, even if it's small, for her." Emily nodded. "Okay." "And maybe we keep arguing off the table when she's around, no matter what." "We've been doing that already." "Yeah, but now it's official." Emily smiled faintly. "All right. Rule number 1, Saturdays are for Lily. Rule number 2, no fighting in front of her." Jason grinned. "Rule number 3, we both show up. Emotionally, not just physically." She looked at him. "That one's hard." "Yeah, but worth trying." They sat in silence again. This time, it wasn't awkward. "Do you ever wonder," Emily asked softly, "if we could have saved it?" Jason looked down. "Every day." Emily swallowed. "Me too." "But I don't think we failed," he added. "I think we just changed." Emily nodded. "And maybe we're still a family, just a different kind."
Saturday mornings used to be sacred. Pajamas till noon, pancakes with extra syrup, cartoons echoing through the living room. But now they were logistical operations. This Saturday, Jason arrived at exactly 8 a.m. He knocked twice, then let himself in with the spare key. Emily was already dressed in leggings and an oversized hoodie, coffee mug in hand. Lily was halfway through her cereal, humming a tune from Frozen. Jason crouched next to her. "Mornin', Lily Pad." "Daddy," she grinned, milk on her chin. "Mommy said I can wear my unicorn dress today." Jason looked up at Emily. "Big plans?" Emily shrugged, sipping her coffee. "Just the bookstore, and maybe the park." "I could drive you both," he offered. A beat, a silence. Then Emily nodded. "Sure." It was the first Saturday they'd spent together, voluntarily, in months. At the bookstore, Lily darted toward the children's section, leaving Jason and Emily by the entrance. Emily reached for a hand sanitizer bottle by the door. Jason did the same, their fingers brushing. They pulled away at the same time, awkward. "Sorry," he said. She waved it off. Weird muscle memory.
Jason smiled, a little sad. Yeah. They followed Lily through shelves of picture books and plush toys. She picked out one with sparkles and unicorns, of course. Emily crouched down, brushing Lily's bangs from her forehead. "Pick one more, okay? Daddy's treating." Lily gasped. "Even the pop-up books?" Jason chuckled. "Even the pop-up books." As they walked to the checkout, Emily noticed an older couple watching them, smiling. Probably assumed they were still married, still whole. She didn't correct them. Later, at the park, Lily climbed the jungle gym while Emily and Jason sat on opposite ends of a bench. Emily peeled an orange, offering half to Jason. He took it wordlessly. They watched Lily together. "She's getting stronger," Jason said. "Used to be scared of the slide." "She's brave," Emily replied. Another quiet moment. "I'm thinking about getting a place closer to your side of town," Jason said suddenly. "Less of a commute for weekends." Emily looked at him. "You don't have to do that." "I know, I want to." She nodded slowly. "That would be helpful." Jason leaned back. "I miss this, you know?" Emily raised an eyebrow. "This, watching her play, sharing fruit, you not hating me." She exhaled a laugh, soft but genuine. "I never hated you." Jason turned to face her. "Then what happened to us?" Emily stared at Lily, now pretending to be a pirate on the climbing ropes. "We stopped choosing each other," she said. "Started choosing survival." Jason was quiet. "I guess," he finally said, "I thought staying would be enough. It wasn't." Jason nodded. "But this, today, felt okay." It did. Back home, Lily fell asleep in the back seat, unicorn book clutched to her chest. Emily carried her in. Jason opened the front door without being asked. They moved in unspoken sync, Lily into bed, shoes off, lights dimmed. Downstairs, Emily poured 2 glasses of water. Jason sat at the kitchen island. "Thanks." They sat there for a while, sipping, not speaking. Then Jason asked, "Do you think we'll ever be us again?" Emily didn't answer right away. She looked at the fridge, covered in Lily's drawings, dentist reminders, and school lunch calendars. "I don't know," she said, honestly, "but I know we're not enemies." Jason nodded. "That's a start." Emily smiled. "A small miracle." He stood to leave, grabbing his jacket. "Same time next Saturday?" he asked. She hesitated, then smiled. "Yeah, same time." As the door clicked shut behind him, Emily looked around the quiet house. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't romantic. It wasn't what she dreamed of on her wedding day. But for the first time in a long while, it felt livable. Like a home rebuilt, not from love, but from understanding. And maybe, for now, that was enough. Saturday morning arrived with the smell of cinnamon pancakes and Lily's soft humming from her bedroom. Emily moved slowly in the kitchen, the spatula in her hand moving through habit more than energy. Jason had taken Lily to the park yesterday after school, his idea. Now it was Emily's turn for the morning shift. She flipped a pancake, watching it bubble. "Morning," Jason said behind her. She startled, not realizing he was already up. "Didn't hear you come in. I just couldn't sleep. Thought I'd help." She nodded, stepping aside. He took over at the stove while she poured Lily's milk. They moved like choreographed dancers, silent, avoiding touch, avoiding eye contact. But something felt slightly less cold than before. Lily rushed in, hair wild, holding a plush dinosaur. "Look, look! T-Rex wants pancakes too." Emily crouched and kissed her head. "T-Rex can have the first one."
Jason chuckled softly. He better not eat mine. Lily giggled, climbing onto her booster seat. They ate quietly, but together. Emily caught Jason watching her once, his eyes softer than she remembered. She didn't know what to do with that look. After breakfast, they took Lily to her swimming lesson. Jason drove. Emily sat in the back seat with Lily, braiding her damp hair. The radio played softly, some indie love song neither of them acknowledged. At the pool, Lily beamed in her pink goggles, waving as she waddled toward the instructor. Emily and Jason sat on the bleachers. "She's getting so strong," he said. Emily smiled. "She wants to swim like Moana." He laughed. "She told me yesterday she's gonna swim to Hawaii and bring back real lava." They both smiled, genuinely this time. A beat passed. "She asked me last night," Jason said, "why we don't live together like Sophia's parents." Emily turned her head, bracing. "What did you say?" I told her, sometimes grown-ups live in the same house, but not the same heart, and that it's okay, as long as we love her." Emily swallowed hard. "That's actually perfect." Jason looked at her. "Did I mess this up, Em?" She didn't answer right away. "Maybe we both did," she said finally. "Or maybe it just broke, slowly, like glass under pressure." He nodded. "Do you think we're doing the right thing, staying under one roof?" Emily sighed. "I don't know. But I know Lily laughs every day, sleeps well, paints unicorns and sings in the shower. That has to mean something." Jason looked back at the pool, voice low. "I miss us, even when I'm sitting next to you." Emily didn't know whether to cry or say thank you, so she stayed quiet. Later that day, Lily napped, exhausted from the swim. Emily and Jason found themselves on the porch, the sun sinking behind the trees, casting long shadows across the backyard. Jason held a mug of tea. Emily had a glass of water. The silence was comfortable. "Remember when we used to sit out here and plan vacations we never took?" Jason asked. Emily smiled. "You promised me a cabin in Vermont with a fireplace and zero Wi-Fi. I still want that. I still want parts of that life." She stared out at the yard. "I don't think we get back what we had," she said. "But maybe we can build something new. For her, for us." He nodded slowly. "Even if we're not together? Even then," she said. "Especially then." A cool breeze passed. Jason set his mug down and stood. "I'm gonna go pick up dinner. Want anything? Surprise me." He smiled, just enough to crease the corners of his eyes, and walked to his car. Emily stayed, letting the wind play with her hair. She opened her phone, scrolled past videos of perfect families, curated smiles, anniversary posts, then paused. It was a quote. "Some families are not broken, just reshaped." She stared at it for a long time, then clicked save. It was a Sunday afternoon when Lily brought home a drawing from preschool. She had glued cotton balls on blue paper and scribbled 3 figures underneath: a tall one with long hair, a shorter one with short brown hair, and a tiny one holding both their hands. Jason looked at it first. "That me?" he asked, pointing. Lily nodded. "Yeah, that's us. The teacher said to draw our family." Emily, standing behind Jason, saw the faint smile tug at the corner of his mouth. They exchanged a glance, one of those glances that held years of everything unsaid. Later that day, they took Lily to the park. It wasn't planned. It just happened. Jason had shown up early to drop off groceries, and Lily had begged. Can Daddy come too?" So they walked side by side while Lily ran ahead, chasing pigeons, her laughter echoing through the air. Emily kept her hands in her pockets. Jason did too. It felt simple. As they sat on a bench watching Lily climb the monkey bars, Jason said quietly, "You ever wonder if we could have fixed it before it broke?" Emily didn't look at him. "Sometimes, but I think we were too busy pretending everything was fine." A pause. "And now?" he asked. She exhaled slowly. "Now, I think we're better at being honest, even if it hurts." Jason nodded. "I miss who we were. I miss who I thought we'd become." They sat in silence again, not uncomfortable, just full of shared understanding. That night, Lily fell asleep in Emily's lap while they watched a movie. Jason stood at the door, ready to leave. "Hey," Emily whispered, "do you want to stay for dinner tomorrow? We're making pizza, her favorite." Jason's eyes softened. "Yeah, I'd like that." He left with a quiet, "Good night," and she whispered it back, softer than before. The next evening, they cooked side by side. Lily rolled the dough while Jason sliced vegetables. Emily sprinkled cheese. They laughed when Lily got sauce on her nose. At the table, Lily said, "This is the best family night ever." Emily looked at Jason. He looked back. After Lily was in bed, Jason lingered in the kitchen. "She's happy," he said. Emily nodded. "That's all I want." "Me too." Then came a long pause before Jason said, "I'm not asking to move back. I know we're still figuring things out, but I want us to stay this kind of team. For her, for us." Emily leaned against the counter. "So do I." He stepped closer. "Even if it's messy?" "Especially if it's messy." They didn't hug, they didn't kiss. There was no big dramatic scene. Just a shared truth. That sometimes the love left behind can still grow into something new, something steady, something brave. That night, Emily wrote in her journal, "We didn't choose the ending we imagined, but we're choosing what comes next. And maybe that's enough." She closed the notebook, turned off the lamp, and went to check on Lily. The little girl was fast asleep, hugging her plush T-Rex, a quiet smile on her face. And for the first time in a long while, Emily smiled too. Real, small, and full of peace. You thought this was a love story? No, it's a survival story with glitter, guilt, and Google Calendars. Emily and Jason didn't burn the house down. They kept living in it, just in different emotional zip codes. She took the upstairs silence. He took the downstairs shame. Lily? She took both and drew hearts in between. Because sometimes the strongest kind of love isn't kissing in the rain. It's scheduling dentist appointments without throwing shade. So here's your final plot twist. No one cheated. No one screamed. They just gave up, gently, silently, repeatedly. And in that mess of invisible rules, they built something new. It wasn't pretty, but it was real. And in today's world, that's rarer than a happy ending. So if you're reading this and you're splitting love like laundry, just remember, sometimes staying broken together is braver than pretending to be whole. Like if you've ever held on for the kid. Comment if you've ever had to smile through a silent dinner. Share if you know that real love sometimes shows up.